Yeah, 341.
Man, oh man, I don't know how to spit this one out. I really don't. I'm trying. I woke up on Tuesday and I didn't want to do the show. That's the first time that's ever happened. I went back to sleep. I do the show Tuesdays and Saturdays. My days off. I woke up, tried to start my day, but I was just so down about it. I was just depressed. I don't know why. You know, this show, sometimes I just feel like I'm spinning my wheels, man, and going nowhere fast. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I think like, maybe, I was thinking to myself all through the day, I'm like, am I like a dummy? And I don't even realize it? Am I... Jesus H. Christ. Are you kidding me right now? Sorry, we have a bomb cyclone going on outside. That's what we have now. We can't just have a rainstorm anymore. The news reports it. A bomb cyclone on the way. Because nobody will go out to the stores if it's just a rainstorm. It's got to be a bomb cyclone. I'm waiting for an apocalyptic 4 horsemen Thor Easter. So I'm saying to myself, am I one of these... Do I have no self-awareness? Because it seems like, I don't know, it seems like every other channel I watch, the subscribership is flying through the roof. I am actually thinking to myself that YouTube has like some type of conspiracy against me. That's how crazy I started to think. But I don't know, I've been stuck at this like 4,000 something subscribership mark forever. I'm embarrassed about it. I don't say anything. I don't tell anybody about this show. I'm embarrassed about it. I tell you, when I started a YouTube channel, I was like, this thing is going to go through the roof. I thought I was going to be like the bee's knees. Boy, oh boy, here we are. How many years later? 8? 8 years later? 4,000 subscribers? I'm ashamed of myself. Anyhow, I spent the rest of the day moping around. My wife comes home from work. We have coffee together. Listen, I never talked to anybody about the show. I told my wife how I was feeling. She said, you know what, maybe you need to take a break. Or whatnot. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, maybe she's right. I go to work then the very next day. And when I get out, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. And I'm just looking up at the sky. And I'm looking at the clouds and everything like that. Those big, thick, what are they? Cumulus clouds. I work with a guy. He's Mr. Weatherman. Every time we go outside, he's got to tell me what kind of clouds they are. And as I'm looking up at the sky, I said to myself, just give me a sign. I'm not a religious person, all right? I don't know what's going on. I'm not against it. I'm not really with it. I'm just like... I'm just fucking trying to survive on Long Island, for Christ's sake. But I'm looking up and I said, man, oh man, I never asked for this. I said, just give me a sign, buddy. Anything. I said, if I come home and one game falls off the shelf, that's it. I'll pack up the camera forever. And I meant it. So I get home from work. I hop on the toilet. I'm sifting through my emails. and I get an email from Brian, all right? And his daughter, Teegan, I don't know, listen, I don't know if I want to, I was questioning whether I should say your name or not, but I mean, here we are. And I remember he emailed me before telling me about his daughter who was on the verge of getting like a double lung and heart transplant. I mean, you want to talk about just heart-twisting story. And how he watches the show, and it helps. And it really meant a lot. But he emailed me again to let me know that his daughter was doing better. Which was, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, it's probably the most important thing that you could possibly hear. She's at home now. She's adjusting at home. I mean, fantastic stuff. And the very next line, he said, "Don't ever think that your show doesn't mean anything." And I swear to Christ, in another paragraph, he said, "Don't ever doubt what you're doing." Sip of coffee for that, huh? This is what happens when you're a 41-year-old man with low T. Oh, God. So, needless to say, number one, I'm just so happy that his daughter's doing better. That's the most important thing. All we're doing here is a ridiculous video game program. Anyway, I get off the John, and I hear da-dum-dump at the door. I swear to God, as soon as I get off the toilet, I hear da-da-dump on my doorstep. And I go out there and I pick up this box. And it's a box from the USS Patriot Unit. It's a box from a United States naval ship that's in charge of, I believe it's mine countermeasures. And it's addressed to the Bithead 1000 show. And that's when I pulled myself together. That's when I realized that I was running the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization. And it's ordained. And now we know it's ordained. And you better believe that. With a 4K face! Ladies and gentlemen, let's get started with the show. Where's my tape? I also want to mention that Brian actually sold his collection of boxed Atari games. I believe it was 348 boxed Atari games. I mean, that's a mammoth collection. His mother actually brought it down to an auction house because he needed the money to cover hotel expenses so his wife and him could stay with his daughter, which is, it's an incredible sacrifice. I mean, listen, you know, for collectors out there, you guys know how you would feel if you'd have to sell off you know, your video game collection. That's not a fun thing. Not a fun thing. Here we go. This one's from Brian all the way in Japan. And me and Brian, we spoke in an email about how he was going to Japan. He wasn't really looking forward to it. And when he got there, he loved it. And he has an extensive Nintendo collection. I think over 600 NES games. And he just told me stories about adapting to the Japanese culture and whatnot. And how it felt being, you know, a foreigner in another country, and how he has a lot more respect for, you know, foreigners in our country now, and the struggles that you have to go through in a foreign place. Anyhow, the thing that you need to take away from Jeff here is he got a Turbo Duo R for like $80. All right? God, oh Christ, take me to Japan already. Oh my God. In Japan, you know what? The thing about Japan is, when I was a kid, we were Americans, man. We were the best. We are the best. But the idea that Japan had better video games than us, I mean, and we're getting the video games earlier, oh, it was soul-crushing as a kid. You would read through the video game magazines, and sequels to your favorite games were coming out in Japan, but they weren't coming out over here. What gives? It just didn't make any sense. Anyhow. Oh God, he's picking up all sorts of PC. He's building up his PC Engine collection over there. Oh my God, what a thrill! What a thrill! They probably give you copies of Rondo of Blood when you check out at the register. Here you go, a little gift for yourself. Thanks for shopping. What do you got here? What is this? Black, cool and dry mint. 50 tablets. Oh my God, what are these? These mints will put hair on your chest. Then burn that shit right off. Good stuff. Japanese candy. Okay. Got a nice note here. Look at this. Bithead, I will never forget how you started your channel and the story about how it came out. It's a very unique story and something that immediately set you apart from the rest of the pack. To start with nothing and come so far. When I stumbled upon your channel back in 2012, I had just gotten back into collecting after a 6-year layoff. I love the almost childlike exuberance you showed with even the most mundane finds, because that was exactly how I felt at the time. Yeah, I still remember my first game find. It was Star Wars on a 32X for 50 cents. Sip of coffee for that one, huh? That's what got the ball rolling, honestly. Let me tell you something. It was one other time where, I don't know, I always felt like, I always felt like fate had a guiding hand in this show, and I really mean it. I really mean it. And I don't know in what capacity. I don't know how it's happening. And maybe that's something we'll never figure out, but there was one show where I took a layoff, or I was thinking about taking a layoff or whatever, or I was in the middle of a layoff, and I remember waking up and thinking to myself whether or not I should continue the show. And would you know, there was a garage sale right across the house from me. And I went to the garage sale, almost begrudgingly I went to the garage sale and found a basket, literally a woven basket full of video games. I did a show about it. From the casket to the basket was the title. True story. Funny things have always happened to bump me back into the show. I don't know. Maybe God likes seeing me wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was all so exciting and brought a rush of nostalgia with every item found. I have always enjoyed your stories and the creativity you put into your videos. As much as the show has changed over the years, it never fails to be entertaining. Not many of the great YouTubers have stuck around, and I'm glad you have. I'm glad you've always kept your videos lengthy, and I appreciate you still putting them out, even with your family and work obligations. Geez, you know, I remember doing my first videos and thinking to myself, 10 minutes, how am I going to be able to make a 10-minute video? How is that even going to be possible? It seemed like years. And next thing you know, videos were turning into hours. Not hours, but almost an hour. I know how hard that can be, as my channel has been dead in the water from day one. Well, you know what? I'm not too far behind you, buddy. Please accept these gifts as a token of my appreciation for the hours of entertainment you've provided me. I have most of my NES doubles in storage in the States. The only one I have with me is one I brought. Wow, one. I believe in Oklahoma as I was driving from Albuquerque to St. Louis before flying out to Japan. It's fairly uncommon, but still somewhat cheap. So I hope you don't have it. So I hope you don't already have it. Oh, wow. I'm looking forward to seeing you complete your NES collection. Maybe seeing you continue to amass yours will light the fire for me to get that last 70-something carts. Man, it ain't easy. It ain't easy, and I mean, I've had the help of the YouTube community. Massive amount of help. Okay, I'm not blind to that. Okay. I hope you get some time to actually put you. I'm sorry, my mind is racing right now. I hope you get some time to actually put into playing some of these NES games too. There's something about NES games that is still magical even today. I absolutely agree with you there, 100%. I still find games, it's so interesting. It's so interesting to play Nintendo games that you've never seen before. And they were there. They were there all along. And you think to yourself, well, what would have happened if I played this game? How would my, say, gaming mentality have changed if I had played this game? It's so interesting to go back and explore that. It's fascinating. Maybe only to me. I still find games occasionally in my collection that I've had not played until recently that are just amazing. I can see that. Listen, 600 games, it's a lot of games. The rest are just a few things that I thought you might like. I wrapped everything to keep some mystery while opening the box. Cheers from Japan. Jay. And by the way, this is that's his YouTube name right there. And I know this guy from way back, and he's always commented and always been a supportive, part of the show. That's WILSVGA. Will's VG Addiction. Will's Video Addiction. How about that? Thank you, Jay. Okay. Wow. Here's one by High Tech Expressions. It's, oh my goodness, look at this. Rollerblade Racer. Remember the rift? Remember the huge rift between skaters and rollerbladers? Oh my God. If you were a skateboarder and you rode past a guy that was on rollerblades, you had to call him a fag. I'm sorry. But there was a time I did a stint with my buddy. My buddy VS used to ride rollerblades all over the place. Let me tell you something right now. You want to get amazing quadriceps? Rollerblade. Everybody was rollerblading at one point or another. Oh God! And you would get what were they? The ABEX 7s. What were the ball bearings you would put in there? They were like the fastest ball bearings you could get. ABEX 5s. That was the thing. You would get your rollerblades with the highest diameter wheel, and which is the hardest wheel you could get, with the ABEX 7 bearings. So they would roll the longest or something. They were like the loosest setup bearings or something like, I don't know. And basically you would ride, and when you would ride on the street, your vertebrae would crash into each other like boxcars, because those wheels were so hard. Wow, rollerblade racing. Christ almighty. Who ever heard of that one? Never saw that one at Toys R Us. Oh, because you would go to a skate park, and let me tell you something, back then, back in the early 90s, skate parks were few and far between. But you go to a skate park, and you'd have guys, you know, a skateboarding in there, and then you'd have a couple guys in there rollerblading, and I don't know, there was tension in the air. Let's just put it that way. What the hell is this? Whoa, wee! Oh my God! What is this? A Famicom copy of Dragon Quest IV. Wow, what a beauty! Oh, this is going in the office. Oh, for sure. Oh my God! Look at the box art. Beautiful. And here we go. What is this all about anyhow? These soccer games. World Soccer Winning 11. Let me see here. By Konami. Is this just like winning? We don't get that over here. Winning. What is this? Their version of FIFA over there? I don't know. What I know about sports games, you can fit in a thimble. Boy, oh boy. This would look great under a car tire, huh? I tell you what, I just imagine cruising around the Japanese game stores. Oh. What is this? Oh, wow. Something that I've never even seen in person before. Wow, this is incredible. Super Famicom games. Dragon Quest V. I'm going to have a complete Dragon Quest collection pretty soon. And I'm not even going to know about it. Look at this. We got Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 in there. 4 over here. 5 over here. And a Squaresoft game. I don't even know what this is. Let's just say it's the sequel to something. I have no idea what it is. Okay. With my knowledge of video games, I'm going to take a guess at this. All right? Just judging by the box art, is that Secret of Mana 2? Cuz I'm just looking at the jungle in the background. Remember the box art for Secret of Mana for the Super Nintendo, how beautiful it was. I remember going into Electronics Boutique, and Secret of Mana was one of the games that I never pulled the trigger on because it was always like $56.99 forever. And I just never pulled the trigger on it. But look at that box art. Do you see that? You see like that jungly, what beautiful, I remember Secret of Mana, the characters were so small and the jungle was so big. And you just stare at the box art and say to yourself, wow, the adventure must be so huge. Look at these little characters and they have so much to explore. Really brilliant box art. Oh, we got candy in here. Oh man, Japanese. Listen, you can't deny the creativity in Japanese candy, can you? Look at this, Mitsuya cider. That's got to be interesting. We got some more of those in here. For when you invent those glasses that automatically read Japanese, it's already happening. See, you have Google Translate now, and I actually tried playing Ease. I tried playing Ease 3 with the Google Translate, but it worked. It worked. I'd say 30%. On 30% of the words. I don't know what the hell it was saying. It was translating things into English, but it just didn't work out. Those glasses are coming, my friends. What is this all about? Oh, wow-wee! Ha! Wow, what a blast. What a blast of nostalgia we have right here. Oh, my God, guys. I didn't know Sunsoft. What is this, Albert Odyssey? Legend of Eldine? Holy smokes! Is this this has got to be is this the original Albert Odyssey, or is this a sequel? I don't know. Listen, I had an Albert Odyssey, Working Designs, Albert Odyssey that I paid $9.99 for, brand new, from Electronics Boutique. Boy, did I clean up when it came to Saturn games in what was that, the late 90s? Man, I cleaned up on my Saturn games. Look at this. Albert Odyssey was famous for... I love the game, but it used to put me to sleep. The music in Albert Odyssey, as soon as I would start playing it, I can't tell you how many times I fell asleep playing Albert Odyssey. Because the music is so relaxing. Go check it out. You want to go to sleep quick? Just put on the Albert Odyssey soundtrack. It's so relaxing. But Albert Odyssey is a beautiful game. Oh my God. Funny game too. Albert Odyssey makes me laugh. Some of the dialogue in there. Wow, look at that. Oh man, I miss my Sega Saturn. Could not keep my eyes open. Never beat it. I can't tell you how many hours I had into it. Never beat it. Kept falling asleep. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, look at that. It's Gradius 2. Oh, man. Oh, this is I would love to paint that. Look at that. Oh, man. Gradius 2. Let me tell you something. If I do another piece of artwork that's guaranteed to get 15 views, I would do that. That's pretty, man. Look at that. Gradius 2, I remember it took me so long to pull the trigger on Gradius 2 for the PC Engine. But boy, when I did, what an just superb game. Superb game. Never played it on the Famicom. Would love to. Would absolutely love to. Oh, wow. Oh, man, this is awesome. Terra Cresta. You know, when I see games like this, I get a mixture of emotions. I get a thrill and I get angry at the same time. I get so angry that we didn't get this game. Terra Cresta, we have Terra Cresta 2 on the PC Engine. A legitimately rare game on the PC Engine, right? Terra Cresta 2. Oh, look at this. Oh, these are awesome, man. Jay, these are awesome. Look at this. What is this? B-Wings? I gotta build some type of frame to hold these. All the Famicom shooters, build some type of frame to hang on the wall. This is so cool. Ah, so interesting. So interesting. Look at this. Whoa, is that Gogol 13? Were there sequels to this game on the Famicom? Don't let me find out there was a sequel for this game. Oh, and I'll really be pissed. Look at that. Gogol 13. Whoa, sip of coffee for that lot of games. Incredible. Okay, let me just make sure. All right, here we go. Wow, I'd never seen the box on a Super Famicom game before. It's like a VCR tape. Look at this. Street Fighter 2. For the Super Famicom. Wow, this one's going down in the office. Most of the stuff is going down in the office. Wow, look at this. Unbelievable. Anybody realize... Does anybody realize the gravity of Street Fighter 2? I mean, when you want to talk about system sellers, like the Super Nintendo really didn't need any help. But when Street Fighter 2 came out on the Super Nintendo, that was like it was like when Final Fantasy VII came out on the PlayStation. You had people buying PlayStations that you never thought would buy a PlayStation. And I just Street Fighter. I just remember me, Georgie, and my buddy Jude, and playing Street Fighter all night long. How could you play a fighting game all night long? This was the first game that you ever played on a home console that looked just like the arcade. I think that was one of the mind-blowing things about this. It was like, I can't believe it. We're getting away with it. We don't have to put quarters in it. You were playing it, and it was like you felt like you were ripping off the arcade. That's how it felt. I don't have to put a quarter into my Super Nintendo. I'm playing Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 was such a phenomenon in the arcades. You're talking crowds of people. You're talking you were one quarter away from being a hero. You could drop a quarter in there and take down the guy that's been sitting at the machine for the last half hour and become a hero on one quarter. There were guys that would sit at that machine and monopolize that machine and just wreck everybody. And this was like, it was like real tournament fighting in the arcade. It was just like real tournament fighting. It was like if you were going to Fight Club, but everybody was surrounding this machine. You're never going to see anything like that again. I'm sorry. There was no fighting game out there that ever did it since. Street Fighter 2. It's just I don't know. It's a legend at this point. I'm so grateful to have been there in the prime of it. And that sparked for fighting games moving forward. It sparked an excitement about fighting games that continued until what was that cockamamie place where you could go play video games and drink at the bar? What was that cockamamie place? Remember how that bar opened up and how come I can't remember the name of the place? What was that bar that opened up? And you could go there and drink and watch sports, and they had a huge arcade, but no fighting games. No fighting games. You know why? Because they didn't want any degenerates inside the place. And that's why the place sucked. It's all driving games and gun games and all these watered down. They really blew it. They had an opportunity in a lifetime. It could have been pinball. It could have been retro arcades. The place would have been Dave and Buster's. All right? Dave and Buster can blow me. Okay, because they blew it not having any fighting games. I remember going in there and being like, all right, I can get bombed and play arcades. This is good. And then you get to the arcades and it's like, what? Well, I felt like passing the arcade section. Let me go play a game of whack-a-mole because it's more interesting than all these arcades put together. I mean, you could only drive a tractor-trailer for so long. I mean, if they would have had a Marvel vs. Capcom there, oh my God. Street Fighter vs. X-Men? Oh. With Juggernaut? Oh. Oh, that's one thing that pissed me off in the X-Men movies. What did they do to Juggernaut? A Juggernaut should have been like the Incredible Hulk. Instead it was this friggin' nerd, whoever it was. Anyhow, wow. Jay, I don't know what to say, man. That's an incredible package. Guys, I'm so happy to be back with you guys today. And for shows moving forward. Jay, I want to say thank you. Brian, I want to say thank you. And I'm so glad little Teegan's doing better. I'm Bithead 1000. I'll see you next time. You know something? In all this excitement, I almost forgot. Let's get her on the game shelf. Wow, that was a fully charged battery. Wow, it takes one fully charged battery to get this thing up now. I shifted into low gear.